Hi, in today's video, we will have a look at 10 common grammar mistakes Ukrainian English language learners make. It's important to mention that they are possible at various proficiency levels and can happen because of the reliance on students' first language, Ukrainian. Watch this video and it will help you to know the reasons for mistakes, timely detect and focus on them. Let's go! English word order. It is considered as a general problem and it comes high on the list of common errors that both advanced and beginner students may have. The very first rule to remember is that in English, there is a fixed word order in a sentence. In affirmative sentences, the subject comes first, then the predicate comes, and then all other parts of speech. In Ukrainian, the word order can be flexible. That is why learners may say, I very much want to sleep. He reads often books, and so on. The verb to be is never used in the present tense in Ukrainian. That's a problem for students who don't understand why there needs to be an additional verb. The phrase, I'm a teacher, sounds like I teacher in Ukrainian. The word agree sounds similar to the word angry, which is used with the verb to be, and Ukrainians draw the mistaken analogy with to be angry, to be sure, to be sorry, and so on. The phrase, I agree, she agrees, is used with the adjective agree in Ukrainian language, while in English, the word agree is a verb, what to do. That's why we need to say, I agree with you. The Ukrainian language doesn't have articles. This can be challenging for Ukrainian English language learners as the concept of articles is totally foreign to them. Learners often omit articles and not really get the purpose of their use. It's not necessary to learn and teach them the kilometer-long rules of using the articles. Beginner students, anyway, will not learn all of them. They may understand them, but they will never use them actively in speech. Here again, context comes to rescue. When teaching topics, learn phrases, but not individual words. For example, I'm a teacher will always contain the indefinite article a, and in the expression I have breakfast, it will never contain an article. In this case, student will simply need to memorize patterns. If you do it from the very beginning of your cooperation, over the time, the use of articles will become intuitive, and it will not be necessary to learn complex rules. Another common problem is mixing up or not using certain pronouns or replacing them with others. For example, a student might say, I like him book instead of I like his book, or me favorite pizza instead of my favorite pizza. This is due to an inability to distinguish between different types of pronouns or the reasons for their use. There is also one more reason. Ukrainian nouns are one of three genders, masculine, feminine, and neuter. Every word has its definite gender. For example, in Ukrainian, a chair is considered to be masculine, a shell feminine, and a tree neuter. Thus, you will often hear Ukrainian English language learners speaking of inanimate objects as him or her. And now you know where it comes from. There is a popular song by Pink Floyd, We Don't Need No Education. But grammatically, it's not really accurate. A double negative is a mistake in standard English language. But it's very common for using between Ukrainians because it's a popular concept in their native language. Ukrainians do love using double negations in their native language. If we talk about the most common mistakes in the English language, we can't ignore the misuse of words less and fewer. The word less can only be used with non-countable nouns. For example, honey, water, milk, and abstract concepts, love, justice, hope, etc. And anything that can be counted requires the word pure. This is a very, very common mistake for Ukrainian speakers. Use which for things and who for people. This is the standard rule which we try to teach our students. But anyway, this remains a huge problem for them. We can also remind that we can use that for things and informally for people. Ukrainians confuse that because in their language it doesn't matter if the object is animate or inanimate in such types of clauses. In an effort to express the feelings and emotions, saying like, I'm so very interested or I'm so bored, and others, many people make up sentences like, I'm so very interested or I'm so boring, which is totally incorrect. The point is that adjectives with the ending ing describe objects that cause us certain feelings, while adjectives with the ending ed describe directly the feelings and emotions of a person. For example, the TV program about history is boring, and I'm not interested in history. Reported speech questions. When transforming direct speech into reported, even advanced learners often confuse the order and the format they need to follow. It's no longer going to be a question, but part of a sentence clause. So, pay your learners attention to these indirect questions. Finally, one of the most common mistakes in learning English is using prepositions incorrectly or totally omitting them. This becomes a problem for Ukrainians because in both Ukrainian and English there are prepositional phrases that seem the same at first glance, but in fact are different. The only way out of that is to draw learners' attention to them and encourage learning them. Can you share any other grammar mistakes your learners make? Please write in comments, and thanks for watching this video.